And here was winning coach Justin Cogar, the Westside Renegades. Justin obviously went to win that your debut here at home. I know you won your debut when you played, and to do it as a coach leading these guys, how special is that for you?
Oh, it means a lot. It really hasn't sunk in yet. I'm just so happy to just get this one over with. I said it all week. I mean, our coaching staff and our kids, we've worked super hard. A lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings, trying to get ready for this one. It means a lot to the community. It's an emotional game for the players. I'm just so glad we got this one under our belt, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Talk about the performance, Kate. There's another debut for you, Kadien Vance. I mean, he was pretty much spot on defensively and offensively. He topped your one interception on the defensive side with two, but I know he played some defense last year. Just talk about his performance overall.
Super proud of Kadien, and the big thing that I'm the most proud of is that he threw 2 interceptions on offense, and he made up for it. And he didn't get down on himself, and he kept playing, and he made up for it on defense. And that's really hard to do, especially for a young guy like him. But he didn't get down on himself, and he kept playing. And the big thing, too, a lot of people don't think about Kadien as a running threat, but he really, I mean, I don't know how many carries he had, but he really helped us in the run game tonight, too.
He said he wasn't a running quarterback. Did you think you could get those kind of numbers? I think he was over 100, at least right at it. He may have been way over it. I haven't tabulated everything yet. But what do you think about his performance in the run game?
I think the thing about him is that he's one of those football players that will just do whatever the coach tells him to do, and he trusts me and I trust him, and he made some first game starter mistakes, those picks, but he made up for it on a lot of things, offensively and defensively, and I knew we could get him out running if we could just get our blockers where they needed to be, and we were able to get there a few times tonight.
Obviously, there were big penalties both ways, and Jimmy did allude to that. I mean, if you look at where the penalties happened, it seemed like they shot themselves in the foot. I mean, you can't worry about that as the opposing coach, but both ways there were a lot of penalties.
Yeah, both teams. I think that's the biggest thing that we need to take away from it. If we're thinking about things we need to work on, is we had a lot of penalties. And we had a lot of times where we had 10 guys on the field on special teams and things like that, and that's probably my fault and our coaching staff's fault, because we've put so much time into trying to get our offense and defense ready. Maybe we didn't focus enough on our special teams, but it's something we're going to work on. But just the little things. And we got a young team, and when there's a timeout, I had to go tell the guys, hey, you can come over here, it's a timeout. We're that young and inexperienced but we fought hard.
Your young running backs too did a good job. I know Parker was in the backfield for you, and he said sometimes they got to make sure he knows what the play is. He's so young at that position. But I think it was Parker, wasn't he?
Parker's number 10, and then Hunter Klein was number 2.
Right. So they both did a really good. Did you get more out of them than you thought maybe you would?
I knew those guys had it in them, and we had spurts of that in the Vance scrimmage. We kind of switched our offense up a little bit and tried to get more ground focus. And we had spurts in the scrimmage game, but I knew if we got those guys out in space, we could make plays. And the big touchdown that Hunter had was a huge play. And that kid's a freshman. He's 14 years old, and that was a huge play. And he made a lot of huge tackles on defense, so he's going to be a great player for us down here.
Did you see something in him that made you put him in the backfield, move Reed out there? I know you talked about using Reed in the backfield.
And that paid off for us too, because Ashton's had a little bit of a knee problem through the preseason. We sat him out most of the Greenbrier West scrimmage and all the Vance scrimmage. And taking all those hits at running back, he's just not fully healthy right now. But he's so comfortable out at receiver, it was an easy switch.
What was the biggest play of the game in your opinion?
Biggest play of the game? Oh, man, there's a lot of big ones. I think some of those, it would have to be one of the stops that we got in the second half. We pitched a shutout in the second half, which was huge. So we really made some adjustments at halftime. A few of those defensive plays, probably one of Kadien's interceptions there late, probably the biggest play.
That kind of sealed the game right there.
Right, because they were driving on us, and we got that one. So
you've had a lot of great moments on this field, playoff wins. Where's this rank?
It's up there. It feels different. It's a lot different than coaching as a player, and it almost feels better because I care about those guys and I love them so much. I'm so proud of them. Just because I've seen.
You're not blaming yourself for yourself, you're blaming yourself for them.
Yeah. I mean, they just work so hard, and I've seen it. It's different as a coach, and I told the guys before the game I was more nervous now than I was as a player, because I can't go out there and change any of the outcomes. I just have to hope that we rise to the occasion, and we did. So that felt great.
All right, Justin, great job tonight. Congratulations, man.